Hey guys, Mikey D here with another video. Not so much, well, it's going to be probably a little bit of a rant involved in this. And anyone who knows me knows this video was coming. It's about the Santa Barbara shooting, another tragic shooting, 7 dead, I believe, was the tally. But I could be wrong, I could be right, I don't know. But I'm going to do my views now, and you may not agree, you may agree, but this is how I see things. And these are my opinions. This video might run a little long, so I don't know. Okay? First of all, I'm not going to say the dude's name. You should know it. I'm just going to call him E. There's a reason why I'm not giving his name exposure, because I'm not like the media who capitalize on people and victimize and exploit and all that other shit, okay? I'm not making this guy a martyr by any means like everyone else is doing, intentionally or unintentionally, okay? And the way the thing unfolds, he's a martyr to a lot of people. He's an inspiration to a lot of people. That's a sensitive subject, and it's the truth, okay? I'm telling you the truth, all right? The media loves a train wreck, and the more gory, the better. And this one's got plenty of gore, plenty of fucking plot twists, and all that other shit. So, on with the video, okay? First of all, I don't blame this kid. I blame society. Ultimately, it's this kid's fault, but honestly, I blame the society that we live in, and the blood that he shed is on your hands as well as his. And this is why. I read this kid's manifesto. He has a manifesto out on the web. I'm not going to give links. I'm not going to say anything. But he has a manifesto where he wrote this long story. It's his life. He chronicles from birth right up to the moment of when everything goes down, with great detail. And you see how his mind changes throughout the manifesto. You see his stages, okay? This kid came from a very rich, fortunate family. He lived a privileged life, okay? And what happens is, he's a privileged kid who doesn't get to live the privileged life to its fullest extent, okay? Usually when you're that well-to-do and you come from high society families, you're treated like royalty. This was not the case for this boy, okay? He was not accepted by a lot of people. Even though he came from money, it didn't matter to him. His main thing, his main obsession really is sex and women. And that's what it comes down to. Many guys, many people can relate to that, the feeling of being rejected. I mean, it wasn't a bad-looking kid. I really don't understand exactly why no one found him attractive or gave the kid the time of day. But media plays a part in how we look. Our society goes by media trends and keeping up with the Kardashians rather than keeping up with the Joneses. You know, certain body standards, certain types, and all that. Popularity clicks in school, bullying, etc. all plays a part in this. And this kid didn't get that, and I think it was a clash of the two lifestyles. He was a rich kid, but he was treated like a piece of scum, really. I mean, based on his story, and honestly, the way it's written, it really does ring true to me. I don't think he's exaggerating anything. This kid E, it's very much like the Dylan and Eric story of Columbine. And he was an outcast. He was bullied. He was an outcast. He was smaller than everybody. He was a little kid. You know, he didn't have a body to brag about. He didn't have. All he had was his intelligence. He seems like a very smart kid. But if you saw his final video, you can really tell if you look into his eyes, this is not what he wanted to do by any means. And he says so in the manifesto several times, that he does not want to do this. He feels like his hand is being forced by society and by people. And he does what he does because basically because of society's treatment to him. And I relate to that. I can honestly say I sympathize with him in that aspect. I do not condone going around shooting people as a means of what he called the day of retribution. He had this planned for like 2 years at least in advance. In his mind, he was already planning it. And he'd had moments of up and down. He would feel good, then he would feel bad, feel good, feel bad. And then every time he dropped, he got worse. Well, now media has their hands into it, and they're preying on it, and they're making it to be, I mean, let's be honest, okay? 7 people, it's sad, but this is not the biggest mass shooting we've had, but there's a lot of attention thrown on it. It wasn't a school shooting per se, although it was a college town. Society is rough, and everybody, every one of you, including myself probably at times, are guilty of judging and making people feel like a lesser person. I personally know that from being bullied, and I have a bullying video. If you haven't seen it, watch that one. That's a long one, though. I give you one. That's a long one, and it's a very sensitive subject to me. But this kid turns out to be a martyr because they're broadcasting this. They're making it available to all those kids out there who feel similar, to all those adults out there that feel similar, and they see what he did, and maybe to some way this kid's going to come off as a hero to them. But what I was saying about the video, you could see in his eyes he was very sad. He doesn't want to die. This kid doesn't want to die at all. He doesn't want to kill anybody. He does this, you could see him acting doing this fake evil laugh with this fake smirk on his face, and he looks away a lot right before he does this sinister voice or acting that he does. If you've seen the video, he acts, it's just an act. Yeah, you could fully tell it's an act, and a very bad act at that. And it's a shame it came down to this, but I blame society. Because you guys are all of us are ruthless people that only care about us right now. And nobody wants to give anyone a chance. I know, I'm a heavy-set fella. I ain't got girls knocking down my door. You know, I see girls that I'm like, why the fuck are they with him? You know, why not me? Why don't someone give me a fucking chance? You know, why can't I get the beautiful girl? Why can't I? You know, we all go through that in different aspects. Why can't I have the nice car? Why can't I be rich? Why can't I? It happens, but society puts it even more as an important thing of life. This is how you're supposed to be, and if you don't fit that fucking mold, you're an outcast, because people march to that tune. They don't march to the beat of their own drum no more, and they haven't for some time, and it's a sad state of affairs. So I say rest in peace to him. I say rest in peace to the victims, and my thoughts and prayers go out to all of them, because it really is a tragic thing. But I put the blood that was spilled on this day on society's hands, not on E's hands. He carried it out, but this is just another casualty of society and how we are all living like we're better than everyone else. It's good to be confident, but the condescending, the judgment, it's all out of control. It's got to stop. Nobody is lesser than anybody, no matter what their financial state, no matter what their clothes they are wearing. You got to remember, everybody has a story. There are people who do foolish things just because of laziness, but there are people who end up doing things because they really have no other way to do things. They have no other way out. They don't know how to save themselves. They don't know how to save the situation they're in. People end up doing crime to support their family and their babies. And, you know, there are some legitimate stories behind these terrible acts. This kid was obviously lonely. He never had really any true friends. And he grew up in a twisted place, being a mixed race. And you hear him say things like Mexicans are lesser than him, a black person's lesser than him. And that's all society. That's all society. Racism and everything, it's still a product of society. Because it's just, you watch the news, you don't hear anything about white people doing the crimes. You hear about the blacks and the Mexicans and the Spanish. White people aren't perfect. And they're committing crimes too. But I guess it just doesn't make the ratings. And that's what this also is about. They're exploiting of this. It's all about ratings now. They killed this kid and they killed 7 people and they're cashing in. Wake up, America. This is the land of the free. But a lot of times that freedom, we don't have it because of our own actions to other people and to ourselves. Seriously, wake up. God bless everybody involved in this. God bless. It was a tragic thing. That's all I have to say. Have a good day.